He always was that active and defending.
I think it's like
That's what I'm feeling like, man. I'm feeling like Beans, man. Sorry for that. But let's go again. Morning time, again, the green screen is doing a madness. I'm smacking things up. My decision making is still better than Arsenal's, considering that. As usual, win, lose, or draw, people deluded. I'm back again. I hope everyone's doing well and safe. I hope everyone's in good spirits. I hope everyone's got their health. Yes, Arsenal fans, we didn't get the result we wanted yesterday, but in the grand scheme of things, as long as we've got our health, everything's all right. Now we're gonna get into the game. Make sure you're on Twitch at 11. On YouTube at 11:30. I'm trying to keep all of my thoughts in for that, because that's when we're doing our live reaction stream. Today again, I haven't created it yet, but we're live here at 10 a.m. We're obviously gonna move over to YouTube at 11:30. Over on YouTube for the 5:45 and 8 p.m. kickoffs as well, where the Champions League's concerned. Tomorrow 5:45, Zenit Chelsea will be here on Twitch, and then the other one will be on YouTube. So yeah. Beer content. Now, personally, I said if Arsenal don't get 6 points this week, forget Europe. And that's probably an emotionally charged answer. Mathematically, you still can get it. But for me, that's that now. That's that. I can't cap. I can't speak for anything else. I can't speak for anyone else. But, I'd like to think I've maintained my same position on this football club from the start of the season. I haven't got too excited when we was losing at the start. I didn't get too excited during this run. I've seen us under Emre, under Arteta go on these runs, and you have to earn runs, but they're false images, Carl. When it's crunch time, crumble. Old Trafford evening fixture crumbled. Liverpool crumbled. Goodison last night crumbled. Brentford crumbled. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck if you can turn it on against Newcastle, against Watford, against Norwich. These are teams that you have to try really hard to lose against, and we weren't perfect in them games. It's the same old. It's literally the same old. It's what we already know, innit? We can't play well for 90 minutes. We don't take the foothold in games where you look at United, we're meant to take it to them kind of away from the context. Everton form was on the floor. Funny thing about football, you wouldn't have known that yesterday. Everton's form's on the floor. Arsenal's is relatively better. Every time it's time to be aggressive and take it to a team, we fail. Arteta, I'm sorry, but I don't think you're cut up to task. I do think you're a competent manager. I don't think you're a bad manager. But for me, it feels like we're doing this in vain, because I cannot see the end goal. Things you do scream bewilderment and desperation. Eddie Nketiah left wing, Xhaka over 90 minutes, despite the fact that, credit to Xhaka for trying, but look at the issues. And, I say, again, ifs and buts are not the same, but you look at, Tavares came on absolute stinker, and Tavares has shown you can't rely on him away from home in these big games right now. He's still developing, and, Arsenal fans need to calm down with the conclusions they're drawing. Respectfully, he's not the only reason we've lost yesterday. We didn't do enough in the game over 90 minutes, the same against United, the same against Liverpool. He had the calamitous error against Liverpool. He's tried, him and Smith Rowe doing foolishness at Old Trafford. He's done foolishness off the bench. And to be fair, Nuno Tavares' mindset was never there. You remember when he got into the game, people, you go and look at Richarlison's goal, the build up, he's not following his man. Obviously, the throw-in has led to it as well. He's not following his man. He's not following his man for the second goal. If you remember, as soon as Tavares has come on, Ramsdale is shouting at him. The players need to get themselves in order and check themselves. Tavares, you're a young man, but you're old enough to learn to stop fucking about. I'm going to be real. A lot of what Arteta does screams desperation. If you bring on El Nene instead of Partey, another player who's struggling in that last minute where, Tavares and him messed up, maybe that does happen. Maybe it doesn't happen. The second goal, Xhaka is knackered. You could see Xhaka, Saka, and obviously there's only 3 subs. Beer man are tired now. Xhaka has not played for how many months? Whatever you think about the man, everyone could agree you can't expect too much. If he had a little bit more in the tank, maybe he brings down Gomez and that second goal doesn't happen. But ifs and buts are not facts. Facts are you were handed the lead that you didn't deserve and you failed to hold on to it. And you walk away with a grand scheme of nothing. And it's the same game where you've had 3 points in your hand, you've dropped to a point, you've walked away with nothing. And it's the same old thing. If our home form's relatively decent, the away form don't correlate. You know, away form was slightly better last season than our home form. You know, disjointed, desperate, you know, predictable, left-hand centric, way too coordinated. Not, you know, team doesn't sense any urgency. Again, you've conceded 2 goals via VAR, which really you're lucky. You know, man's got a toenail and a stud offside. If that doesn't set alarm bells, what the hell will? So you've got a bad cocktail of senior players bottling it, manager bottling it. Everything just collapsed. Like everything is just collapsed. Like the little faith I had in you, man, is gone because this is December now. This is crunch time. You man are crumbling. We're going to drop more points. Other teams are going to drop more points, but you need to take advantage. And beyond the obvious, when it's time to set it, the world's looking at you. On top of what I've just said earlier, you've seen United, you've seen Spurs, you've seen West Ham all get 3 points. They're all looking at you, licking their lips, and you've done a favour. I don't know if it's because Mikel Arteta's an Everton man. You know, he's doing his senior countryman a favour. It looks like Rafa Benitez did the number on you, was gassing you up pre-game. You're saying maybe the club should give me time like Mikel Arteta. He sounded like he was trolling, and then he bopped you, really and truly. The players don't take heed. Damari Gray in the build-up to Richarlison heading the equaliser, he's cutting and shot. Why are we allowing that? Why are we not getting tight? Look how we're caught on the transition. You know, Xhaka is trying to make a foul, but you know, he can't. Ben White's out of position. No one's covering Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu's had a decent game. It's done by then. Like these things is game management, reading of the game. You know, system, how we're trying to play. It's just all down the shit. I don't doubt that Mikel Arteta is going to be a good manager, but for me, it feels like these things are being done in vain. I keep saying it. Is he going to be a good manager here or elsewhere? These mistakes have to be made in vain. And when he's doing things, it doesn't feel like there's pressure on the job. Man need to get 3 points. Why are you bringing on Eddie? Yeah, if Eddie scores, he's a hero. And I know, obviously, where Eddie Nketiah is concerned, he hit the post. You know, people could say, you know, even in that, he's been more lively. Aubameyang being Aubameyang, you know, Lacazette was involved in the goal. Again, you're not helping your creative players on top of everybody just being poor. Look at the positions Lacazette, Martinelli are taking up, Odegaard's taking up. Them man are probably near the centre circle of Goodison Park more than they're in the opposition box. How many times did we get into that box? How many times did we work Pickford? If you can't, you know, you didn't want to go there and silence the crowd. You could, I'm going to focus on this at 11:30, but you could see Everton fancied it. They're playing out from the back. They're doing well. You know, you could see again, second half, again, Rafa Benitez showed what we know with Arteta, and that Arteta can have a game plan. He can't change it, especially when there's a half competent manager, you know, numerous times in the Europa League, numerous times last season, you know, look at the difference. He brought on Gomez. Gomez is involved for the second goal. He smelt blood. You didn't. You know, you don't save players from themselves. You didn't take off Xhaka when he looked like his legs were done. You know, Tavares didn't help you. You don't help your attacking players. It doesn't matter what combination of attacking players are there. We see fuck all in an attacking sense. That's because of the manager. When you walk through the door, you had to improve us defensively. But it's easy, and I'm not underestimating it. It's easier to coach a defense. It's easier to sit back behind and be in shape. It's harder to be coordinated, you know, different movements and stuff. We're predictable and we're mediocre across many aspects. And it's not good enough for someone that's been here for 2 years. And I think I'm very fair to Arteta. I'm very fair to these players, but they're not fair to themselves. As I said, the gloves are off. No one deserves my apart from these young players, no one deserves my protection. Partey, big song and dance about, you know, and I feel sorry for you. It's probably confident issues, form issues, all these things. But football's harsh. I don't give a shit. End of the day, I don't give a shit. I don't know what's going on with Partey, but this is a man that badded up Liverpool at Anfield, at Atletico. What the fuck has gone on? What's going on with our senior players? All of them need to answer, you know, for their own backs. But it can't be a coincidence. Like last season, especially with the attackers, nobody is thriving. What's going on, Mikel Arteta? Consistently, senior players crumbling. Don't know what we're doing with them. Don't know what we're doing with our tactics. We're just freestyling. This has been Arsenal. Even when we're winning games, the problem is fans just shut up about this when we're winning. You know, you get the fine margins. You know, we could have lost against Norwich. We could have dropped points against Norwich, Newcastle, and Watford. But no one cares about that. No one wants to waffle about that. And for me, you're starting to insult my intelligence because you're coming out and saying the same things pre-game. You're saying the same things in the following game. In the grand scheme of things, there's still a lot of points to play for, but I don't believe in you lot. I said the gloves were off. Aubameyang has shown I can't believe in him this season. Arteta has shown I can't believe in him this season. Partey right now, I can't believe in you. Lacazette, I can't expect goals from you. Pepe, I can't. You're not in the team. And pretty damning. And Nketiah is coming on before you. I can't believe in a single one of you. You're not serious. Apart from the young players, you lot are not serious. You know, Pepe, who didn't play a part, and I'm trying to be fair to him. Pepe, Aubameyang, you know, who else am I missing? Party, you lot might as well fuck off to the AFCON now, pardon my language. You lot might as well just go and do pre-season, you know. At this moment in time, Aubameyang on current form, I'm pretty sure Gabon are not gonna. They shouldn't even call you up. Like, what's all of that? Party, you might not even get Uncle Party. I don't know what's going on with you. You know, all of you. I can't just blame Arteta for you lot's poor form, but there's no coincidence. But all of you need to arrest yourselves. None of you can respond to adversity when the chips are down. You need the sun to be out, the grass to be perfectly cut. You lot keep failing the tests, and you know, again, I'm not trying to scapegoat players, but now Arsenal fans can see the problem. Stop waffling about the one player who hasn't started the game. You know. We've played different formations. People have crumbled, and I'm not gonna lie. There's several incidences this season of Mikel Arteta half decent game management, game management definitely not. But there's also times where it's on the floor. Yeah, if Eddie comes on, he's a hero. He's in the shop window. But why is he coming on? We tried this against what? Did we not bring him on at United? I could be wrong. It didn't bang. We needed a winger in that game. Go and do it. Now, obviously, Eddie had a chance. He's closing his eyes for a header and whatnot, and Aubameyang's come off, but it doesn't make sense. You're giving Aubameyang 10 minutes. You're not saving Xhaka. You're not making the subs. You know, I'm not going to disagree with bringing on Tavares because Tierney clearly didn't have the ability to go the distance. But for me to play devil's advocate, I was saying on my live stream, and some of you were even there, should we go free at the back? Tavares, go and be an outlet. I'm not being funny. We're trying to see out a game with Tavares, who doesn't have a defensive bone in his body. Let's be real. You know, this was a man, and I'm not trying to scapegoat him because this is what he is. I told you, look, this was going to happen. The minute he signed for this club, he let us know. He said, man was talking about shooting with his right foot before defending. So when crunch time, and he's been good this season, but when it's crunch time away from home, where the fine margins in a crazy game like Goodison Park, where we haven't travelled well, or Old Trafford, these things are highlighted. Yeah, they're young players and they're costing points, but I didn't see Arteta hungry to get 3 points from the start because we were never in it from the start. You know, 44 minutes, we did fuck all. We somehow stumped, you know, great movement, great move for our goal. You know, the one thing Partey did well, being involved in that. Partey, Xhaka, Tierney's obviously made a lovely assist. Lacazette's involved. Odegaard is great movement and things, you know, and he had a decent game. That's the only thing we found our way. And that's not a bad thing. There's going to be times we're handed that. There's, you know, you don't think as good as City are and Chelsea and Liverpool, them things there where they haven't worked for a goal, it's not presented. But these lot can arrest things and say, all right, cool, we got that goal, we didn't deserve it. Let's pattern. We didn't. And again, at 1-0 up, what's going on? You know, I've heard Ramsdale say we're taking game plans too literally in the aftermath of this game. Odegaard said we're playing with a handbrake, and he kind of echoed that against United. We don't know how to play well for 90 minutes. We play at one pace. We need to concede or score to kind of tip that balance. You know, I feel the players need to arrest things off their own accord, but fundamentally everything's a reflection of the manager. And you know, he's been here for 2 years now. You know, we're not. Forget excelling in an attacking sense. We're not showing any basic competencies in trying to score a goal. We don't look like a team, and we don't look like a team that wants to score a goal. We're extremely overrated defensively. Yeah, Arteta has raised the standards from being on the floor, but we're not a good defensive team. We're too open in games. We're way too open. The only thing we did well in that game against Everton, like against United, is actually score. You know, then both teams we played back to back can't keep a clean sheet. It's just nice to know they didn't do that against us. But other than that, it was near enough perfect for both teams. You know, Ralph, his season can kick on. Everton can kick on their season. It won't surprise me if Everton go and lose next week, or I say next week at the weekend. It won't surprise me. Respectfully, I hope they don't. Big up Everton. You won the game and that. But I'm just saying, that's Arsenal. You knew, I told you, look, form goes out the window. When you look were giving it the big one against Liverpool, Brighton and West Ham did a thing. When you look were saying, United's form's on the floor. When you look were waffling about Everton, I'm not saying none of you are wrong, but you lot need to remember, before you look at other teams, you need to look in-house. If you point a finger at someone, three are pointing back. So by that logic, we need to look at our players. We don't know what players are going to turn up. Now, I don't know what's going to happen against Hasenhüttl's men, Che Adams, Danny Ings, Livramento and Borja, the Chelsea lads. You know, I don't know what they're on, but they should have a bag of confidence. But saying that, it won't surprise me if the sun's shining at that 3 o'clock kickoff at the Emirates, if you lot start playing, if Aubameyang discovers himself, if Eddie comes on and does his thing, you know, it won't surprise me. You lot are not good enough. And it's not even just about winning stuff. You lot are not competitive. The manager's not competitive. The players are not competitive. And of course, I believe you are. But from what I'm seeing, you're not competitive. You're not working on nothing in training. You're doing the same things over and over again. You're not trying to arrest these things. I don't know if you're listening to Arteta or if Arteta is conveying things in the right way, if these players are holding themselves accountable, but it's the same old individual standing up to be counted. The only thing we did well is score. That's it. Game management, tired. Between the players and the manager, tired. Again, Arteta, like in the Europa League last season at several occasions, Una Emre, Slavia Prague. I'm defo missing out a couple. Brendan Rodgers at the Emirates last year. There's too many times I see this manager hoodwinked in the second half when things start changing. When another manager has an idea, my man don't know. It's like he's a fan at times. I don't know what Arteta is doing. Yesterday I just saw acts of desperation. I didn't see a competitive nature. I don't get the vibe this individual wants 3 points because, again, I'm not being funny. Of course you want 3 points, but I don't see it. I didn't see a team badly wanting to get 3 points to set them up for the weekend, to show everyone that, all right, cool, you man took points over the week. We're going to do the same thing. You lot are bottlers, and they keep doing this. They'll show you moments of good form when it's crunch time, when it kind of matters, when you need to deliver, when the eyes are on. These lot will do what they do. Pretend. The man are pretenders. It's a North London Red thing. This man are not Arsenal. The manager's not an Arsenal manager. The players are not Arsenal players, with the exception of a few. I said at the start of the season, the gloves are off. The gloves have always been off. None of these players deserve you lot's backing beyond these young players. They don't back themselves. If a man don't back himself, how can he, or a man or woman don't back themselves, how can you back them? It's a myth. Let's hand in your P45s or do your influencer things, man. Cause you, man, are just tired, bro. Like, you, man, are shit. Like, I'm trying to be respectful, but you, man, like, why am I saying sorry in live stream? When we win, everyone and their nan wants to come out and talk. It's desperate. Everything Arteta did is desperate. Desperate. Shout out to Xhaka for playing, but starting him and playing him for 90 minutes, that's desperate. Eddie and Ketty are left wing. I don't know if you're trying to send some bookie message to Pepe and Aubameyang, and when the man get a chance, they think you're violating, so we're going to play well. But desperation. All of it was desperation. And I think when you look at Tavares, he has to blame himself. I can't blame Arteta for doing anything other than bringing you on, which I understood it. You were terrible off your own back. Players, especially when players start to get tired at this football club, they don't have the competencies to think, okay, cool. It's not necessarily our fullbacks. I'm just saying, for an example, if you're a fullback, from minute one, you're overlapping, but in the first 10 minutes, but in the last 10 minutes, you're blowing. Logically, okay, cool. Let me time when I'm going forward. Let me adapt my game. Players don't do this. Again, there's so much Arteta has to teach these players, but there's so much he doesn't. I don't think getting rid of the manager solves anything, but a more competent manager gets more out of this. At the end of the day, what do you need time for? Again, we're playing once a week. We're asking for some fucking building blocks, and they're not there. They're meaty. Yeah, there's a back five. It's meaty. It is meaty. There's been no evolution. When was the last time, bro? When was the last time we saw a competent strike force? You've got Eddie fucking about. Laka, never been quite good enough. Aubameyang, missing. All of these guys are frauding it up front. We haven't got goals anywhere among the team. Saka and Smith Rowe are not the most prolific. Neither is Martinelli. We don't have goal scoring midfielders. Saying that Odegaard has scored back-to-back. Good for him, really, away from home. Toilet, man. Toilet. It's absolutely toilet, man. It's absolutely toilet. Controversial opinion. Eddie was the best of the three strikers, and if the others were competent, he'd have a couple assists. I mean, if I was faster, I could be a professional footballer. I can't deal with ifs and buts. You say that, I would say Lacazette. Lacazette, I felt sorry for him, but he was involved in the goal, a major role. I wouldn't say that. Lacazette, at the same time, what shot did you have? Eddie, closing your eyes for headers. Aubameyang, missing again. All tired. All tired. And for me, bro, I hear you, but I get bored of this. I think when we harp on about the minuscule chances we had in the final third, and we focus on individual mistakes, I feel they take away from the game, because again, these are isolated. I'm not taking away from them, and they played a part in the game, but we're not doing enough across 90. We will focus on the one Aubameyang chance he missed, and by all means, he deserves slaps for missing that. But we take away that, did we do enough to win? No, Carl. How many shots did we have? I'm sure Everton ended the game with more shots, really and truly. Everton smelt blood. Everton were playing out from the back. They weren't going long. If you start pressing them on a coordinated thing, then maybe. I'm seeing one-man press. I'm seeing two-man press. And then they're just bypassing it. There's too much gaps in this team. It's uncoordinated. And I'm sorry, we don't have to be amazing. I would love it. But what has Arteta done for 2 years? What are we doing at London Coley? Come on now. And the thing is, a new manager for me don't save it, but a new manager probably gets more out of the team, because I don't know what Arteta's doing. I don't get the vibe you want 3 points. There's no killer instinct. Game management is fragile, man. It's fragile. You can't be a good defensive team if you're always gassing up Ramsdale saves. Arsenal we need Jesus, bro. We need a striker. Probably it's the spine of the team, bro. I hear you on the left wing thing. I want one, but it's the spine of the team, fam. Striker, midfield. I would say midfield first because, again, once the ball goes from Ramsdale, from any of these defenders, who is it going into in midfield? Partey, Xhaka? Don't make me laugh, man. Don't make me laugh. Let's stop the jokes, innit? It's dead. It's dead. And then you're seeing Gabriel and Ben White. Maybe not so much Ben White yesterday, but they're overcompensating. Yeah, they're good on the ball, but they're having to be playmakers. You know, Lacazette and Odegaard and all these players, they're nearer to the semicircle, the middle of the area, than they are having shots. How many shots their man they have? How many times? Fuck it. How many times did you see us in Everton's box? How much mud did you see on Pickford's shirt? You know, Pickford probably said, yeah, you know, there's not too much in it with me and Ramsdale, you know, of this game. You got to see some ball playing. Southgate got gas him. It's tiresome, man. You can't aim to control and possession-based game without any creative midfielders trying to do it. Don't make sense. I hear you. I agree with you. But there's teams in the Prem that don't have that, but they know how to hold on to it. We ain't got guys that can see out a game, attacking man. Our team screams nothing. It just screams. But honestly, it looks like Sunday League. It looks like, oh man, them are just playing in the Barnet League. Everyone's paying their subs. We're just rocking up. You know, my man's cousin plays for the team. This and that. Someone's uncle's the gaffer. Is dead, man. Bro, Arteta's not getting sacked because who are these men gonna find? You got to look at it. The boys, they're probably saying it's a young squad. What? How long has these guys played together since everyone's fit? Probably about 10 games. They're probably saying 10 games over 38. This club will not pull the trigger and arrest things. I don't think sacking Arteta solves anything really and truly, because it's like having a restaurant where you're bringing in shit ingredients. There's problems around food safety, and you're giving the chef not the best ingredients and expecting him to cook on one. And I can't expect him to put in a Michelin star meal. But at the same time, a competent chef, which is, it should be Arteta in this example, might cook a meal that will keep you alive. It might not be the best, but there's something. Let's have it right. Let's have it fucking right. Aubameyang might be declining. Lacazette might be doing this. Pepe might be doing that. But a competent manager gets more of a tune out of these players. Let's not act like he's using pub players, bro. All of these players need to fix up. But I hate this woe is meeting with Arteta. It comes across as spoiled. I don't think any of these players are household names, but some people in the Prem would bite your arm off for them. Gerrard's been at Villa. Look how them men are attacking. You know, I'm not saying you have to turn it around from the jump. You know, Hassan, I keep calling my man Hassan. Ralph Rangnick, again, I feel people are drawing too many conclusions at United. He's been there for 2 seconds. They're pressing together. What do you need time for? I've always told you, if there's an exam in May, but you're not revising, and the last day of the exam, before the exam, you try to read the book, it's not going to bang. Time is an illusion. It's what you do with your time. And time is a currency that's always spent. We're spending it. What have we done? Do we look a better team than when Arteta walked through the door? And there's been so many excuses. And I don't blame fans, but fans have just, I can't lie, a lot of fans chat a lot of shit because you want to talk about this now. When you lot were waffling about same points in 2021 as Liverpool, 3 points behind this team off that. You lot are the first to hide behind things, the unbeaten run, you know. You lot don't learn your lessons. People hide behind things. A lot of the fans cry about mediocre aspects of the club and inconsistencies and expectations on the floor, but they reflect a lot of it because they're here to gas things. You know, you call me negative when I say, okay, cool, that weren't the best of games against Watford. There's every game that we have played. Have you not noticed? I've said this highlights our need for a midfielder. We haven't played well for 90 minutes. Then we conceded too many chances. You know, this is a reflection of the manager. You can't tell me this isn't his team and all these things. Hella Marvin's Room business, bro. Hella Marvin's Room. The man said, what's the song, people? Allow me, I'm only 19. But if you don't know about Beans and Nate and them man there, boy, I don't know, man. YouTube that. The man said, yeah, trust. I don't know where the date dog thing come from, but it's a Beans thing. Still only 4 points behind West Ham with them man coming up in 2 weeks. Brother, at the end of the day, there's still something to play for. These lot can't feel sorry for themselves, but it's just the fact of, I don't know that you're going to move on from this, because we've been here before. You know, we've been here before. This is not, I'm saving it for 11:30, but you go and look at the post games, the couple of the pre and post games before. A lot of what he said against United, against Liverpool, actually against Newcastle, is the same language. We're saying the same old things. Again, the things we said about yesterday. If we didn't know Arsenal played Everton, or somebody that an Arsenal fan just didn't watch the game, and we played a word association, and we had Newcastle, United, Liverpool, all these recent games fixtures up on a bit of board, and some of the things I've said and you've said, and we framed them up in quotes and said associate them to the games that you think they were played. Bear man are gonna say different things, because the reality is we are consistent. We're consistently mediocre. We're consistent in being inconsistent. We're consistent in doing this BS. We're consistent in bottling. We're consistent. It's just in the wrong ways. We do have a game plan. We do have a system. It's just mediocre. It's just reactive. It's just defeative. It's just cowardly. This is what we're seeing. Use your eyes. I was one of them. I thought, what, Arteta, Spanish, La Masia, being at Arsenal, fucking with Pep at City. It's a ball playing thing. My man don't want to. My man don't want to go forward. My man does not want to go forward. My man would find a way to go backwards on a one direction escalator. You see in the airport where you go on it and it takes you forward. My man's going to be running backwards on it, overcompensating defensively to the point once that ball touches the midfield, there's a mare. It's a mare. It's a myth. And again, I have no, listen, Arteta, you was a midfielder. You picked these midfielders. There has been times, Lokonga, Xhaka, Partey, all these guys have played well. But all of them look meaty right now. None of them look like the option. And I said it at the start, we're not going to do serious things as a football club until midfield is addressed. You lot, I don't care if things never happened in the summer. You've known for over 2 years before Edu and Arteta walked into this football club, midfield need to be addressed. If you lot betted on this midfield to carry you to at least Jan, well, you can't complain, can you? You two were midfielders. And Eddie, you was a midfielder when it was an invincible thing. Fair enough, Arteta was part of the duddery, I don't get it. I really don't. Arteta, I want you to get it right. Players, I want you to get informed. But I love my club more. I don't want to carry no passengers. If this is what you man are going on, you might as well really play the kids. Because who can say they had a good performance yesterday? Watching the game again, I think Odegaard can leave with a bit of face. I think that's it, bro. Tini done a thing. Tomiyasu, you done a thing. Ramsdale, I can't really blame you. Defenders could do better, but centre half, sorry, but bro, that's dead. Everyone else together collectively, we're meaty, bro. We're meaty. No game breakdown, just vibes, bro. It's just bullshit, man. Pardon me. Thought Xhaka played really well in the first half before he ran out of gas. I mean, I wouldn't say really well, but he kind of showed what has been missing at the club. But again, Xhaka needed saving for himself. Like, Arteta, what are you doing? I don't care what I'm no fitness man. I don't care what fitness test Xhaka has passed. I don't care what he has passed. I don't care what he has told Arteta. Them man, they're no more ball than me. But listen, I'm a big fan of common sense. My man hasn't played in however many months. The Premier League's a very intense league. Much less when we're going into Everton with their midfield, Allen and that. We can't play 90. So when you look at, when he's been sold short and he's kicked it out for a throw-in, and then obviously Tavares and Partey have switched off. Now, it probably would happen when these men are collapsed. But maybe a fitter El Nene doesn't do that. Maybe for the second goal where, we could have been sat here and spoke about a point and disappointed. But at the end of the day, we'd have got something. Maybe a fit El Nene or Lokonga or something, they bring down Andre Gomez there. And that's another thing. It's too easy to bypass our midfield. That was shown by the first half, really, in the second goal that was denied via VAR. It's just highlighted more when Mandem are tired. It's too easy. It's not coordinated. It's a bunch of individuals. I don't know what we're doing, or what we're doing is meaty. Unpopular opinion, I don't think Arteta is a bad manager. The job's just too big for him. And it's not even that. You're not showing basic learning. The whole point is learning on the job. You're not learning. How much times have we seen these same old things? Win, lose, or draw. I'm talking about the same fucking things, people. And it's starting to piss me off. Because, again, we're choosing to do these things. I'm not saying players are choosing to go out there and do calamities. But if you're not learning from mistakes, you're choosing to learn. You're choosing to do the same things. It's appalling, man. At least you can't scapegoat Pepe. You can't get onto Pepe the Bamian. Yeah, Bamian missed, but the game was wrapped up long before then. I wouldn't say Gabriel's to blame for the goals. As a team, collectively, our marking was terrible. Definitely for Richarlison's goal. For Richarlison's goal, Tavares is not looking over his shoulder, and we're not assessing the danger. For the second goal, I'm just annoyed because Damari Gray is showing you what he's on. He's on bank. He's in form. He's showing you what he's on. You give him an opportunity and he's right. He's going to bang it. Why is Tomiyasu on his Jace? And the second goal, Ben White's in no man's land. The whole team is. But Ben White tries a feeble attempt. Xhaka can't bring my man down. Everyone else is just at 6s and 7s. The levels are under, bro. The levels are under, bro. The levels are near the center of the earth, man. bro, it's jarring, man. It's jarring. Arsenal got me waking and baking for the first time in years. Bro, I love Art Partey, but bro, I'm telling you, bro, he's no different from the man them on Tottenham High Road in the Barbers. That's where he belongs now. Uncle Partey, bro. I love you, but I love my club more. You're done, man. You're done. You're done for now. Again, no romance with this thing. This ain't a Wenger arm around, man. If man are not showing, you need to get benched, because reality is when you're all playing this shit, is it any different? Ainsley, I think fans are doing a lot, but Ainsley, bro, man of the match against Watford. Where is he? Again, I don't believe it. I've said it before. I don't believe in our midfield. You lot can go back to my videos on YouTube in August. I said this was gonna happen. I told these men are gonna crumble. It's not even that I told you lot. Do you lot not remember? Are you lot actually Arsenal fans? Like, for the Arsenal fans out there, are you lot not deep in This Is Us? Little bit of unbeaten run, shut things up when it's crunch time, man. Bottle. And the reality is, I saw man feel sorry for themselves against United. I see man feel sorry for themselves against Liverpool. I see man feel sorry for themselves against Everton. You can't feel sorry for yourselves against Southampton. Southampton don't give a fuck about what you're doing. They need 3 points. West Ham are going to butcher you because they're trying to do their thing. You've got Norwich to come. They need to stay in the league. Ellen Road's not going to be pretty, especially when you play like this. You can't say where you're going to pick up points. It's a myth. You man are a myth. Even if Ainsley started, everyone and their nan was crying for Xhaka, and I'm not getting at these players. The point is, these men will start the same things. Reality is, Tavares is switched off. He's a villain in that game. Arteta as well. But it's the same individuals or it's different ones. Against United, what was said then? It was Odegaard. Against Liverpool, what was said then? Against Palace, what was said then? In the other games, what is said then? These mistakes and the lack of focus and the lack of game management and the lack of want to earn the hard graft and play well from the opening 30 seconds to the last 30 seconds are not there. This is why you keep seeing these things. Have you not noticed we're losing the same way? I wouldn't even say Everton haven't been at their best for a long time. They weren't even at their best. Would you say that's Everton at their best? They didn't have to turn on the pressure. Again, from minute one, we didn't look like a team. Very identical from the United game in the only sense of we probably did deserve to score a bit more in the opening minutes against United. But going into halftime, like United, Everton felt hard done by, felt woe is me. Tomiyasu and VAR, man of the matches. I saw better defending from him than I saw from our midfield. VAR had a better performance than Partey. Bearman. I was shocked to see Xhaka start, but I wasn't when he spoke about it. But he exposed Xhaka in the second half. Like, man's knackered. Moments FC, you can't have moments if you want to do serious things or be competent. It's just jarring, man. This is it. Ramsdale continue. Ramsdale's better than Bearman in midfield. Again, they're betting on madnesses. At least if you're going to do this fog thing in midfield and you're not going to play football and you want to be that, at least I could say if you lot were tough in midfield and we weren't allowing much on the transition, it's all right. We've improved defensively, but there's still a poor mentality around defending. The best defensive teams have elite game management. We haven't got that. What? Carman's kept an occasional clean sheet and a couple important blocks and clean sheets and them things that were a good team defensively because we've improved from the basement levels from last season. Get out of here. You don't bottle it like we have. And the wickedest thing is we lost losing things from losing positions. Realistically, Arteta's he's not getting sacked, man. We camp in our box, bro. We camp in our box. And the thing is, whether you support Arsenal or whatnot, yeah, you can see things happening in the game. The fact that Arsenal are located in London is a hindrance these days, fam. No. I don't know if Arteta's a sick director of football. Just go back to the coaching thing, man. Put it on stay at the coaching thing. Some man are not for the coaching thing. The game was perfect for Maitland-Niles to come on for Xhaka. I'm not even too sure if it was that. Arteta refused to take him off the field, even though you could see he was knackered. We were shit, man. But a team's a reflection of the manager, And if there isn't no style of play, no personality, then it has to come within. When we win or we draw and we talk about stuff, that's a reflection of the gaffer. And I'm not saying to scapegoat the gaffer or the players. We win, lose, or draw together. But one thing that I think pisses me off. I don't know what this propaganda PR thing with it is with Arteta, but when we lose, it feels like we just focus on the players, focus on all these other incidences, and then there's nothing with Arteta. When we win, there's hella articles. The man's not caught up the task, man. And I hope I'm wrong about you. I hope that I can look back at the end of the season or whatever and say I was bugging out. But you keep doing this. You do just enough not to get the sack, and you do just enough not to convince. And then you keep going on this cycle. Yeah, there's moments. If you look, remember in the Brighton, it was all kind of fun. We bucked Brighton and Palace. The cobweb started to get unraveled. You started to see people say these things about Arteta. Then we started winning games again. Then people started rewriting history. Then we get these two shaky games. Now, if we beat Southampton, and somehow West Ham, you see where we're going. The man doesn't want to go forward. Chance creation is, every team needs to create a fucking chance in the league. We don't do that. We're still doing this left wing thing. It's dead. He did, but at the same time, Tomiyasu can't defend alone. Like, they're leaving him. It's just shocking, man. And the thing is, you're kicking it long, and then it's just like, I don't get it. Like, you're going long, and then you don't want to win the first and seconds. If you want to be a long ball side or a left hand side, at least make sure there's movement. Curious, when Arteta came in, DG, were you expecting more of a Pep style of play to be implemented, or do you understand the route he took? Do I understand the route he took? I don't understand. I don't understand none of that. I don't understand nothing about routes he took or any of that. Well, I did think I can't lie. I thought if anything, his problems would be defensively, and I almost thought that. I just thought there would be a base level of the team right now, because there was some attacking intent. He didn't. We all know we needed to improve defensively, and I'll give him that. We have improved defensively. Is it to the standard of a Premier League team, in my opinion, consistently? No, but we have. So I expected a lot more attacking, but now I'm not seeing this. I'm not seeing anything. So man, need to keep it moving, man. Like, he's not going to get sacked tomorrow. As we know, it's going to need to take a while. I don't want Arsenal to lose games just so the manager gets sacked and all these things. It's just, this is why I said at the start of the year, the gloves are off. You can't rely on, none of these men deserve my support. Beyond you just playing for my club or managing my club and me giving you that respect, you don't deserve my support. You don't support me. You don't support yourselves. Bro, it's dead, man. It's dead. I don't know what he wants to do, bro. Like, I don't know. And for me, I'm sorry, but being here for 2 years, if we have to do some detective thing and we need to bring up fancy heat maps and all the scribbles that we have had to done under Arteta to explain something, then the football's complicated and it's dead then. It says it all, man. It says it all. Like, I'm tired of this, man. And it's the thing is that, for me, it's the pre-game comments and the post-game comments. It's like, you lot are recognizing these things and the same things are being said. At this point, I don't want to know nothing, man. I don't want to know nothing. I actually don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know why you're playing this way. I'm at that point. I don't want to know nothing. You lot either start winning or piss off, man, or just looking like a football team. That's the thing that pees me off. You should look like a competent football team. Like, some of these things should not be a thing. You'll always waffle about Arteta being a great tactician and all of these things. Players don't look like they understand their jobs, man. Well, you're not going to. The only thing when it comes to Arsenal is people that suck ass. They're the only ones that ask questions. You see the same articles. You see the same journalists because they don't want to lose their spots. No one's going to ask the fair questions. Nah, it's Arteta don't want to defend. He don't want to attack, man. Poch would be perfect for Arsenal. I don't know. Maybe a lot's better than what we have, but he's going United, isn't it? So that one there's a myth, really and truly. Like, just want a manager that has principles and sticks to them. I don't know what Arteta's principles are, and if they are, it's very reactive. It's very defeative. You playing out from the back has no purpose because once it goes into midfield, it's dead. We've improved defensively, but how? Because our first defender is our strikers. Look at the transitions typically in games in our midfield against Newcastle. Yesterday, I know people are tired, but in that second half, Our first attacker is Ramsdale. Once Ramsdale puts it to Ben White or Gabriel, them man are baffled because the midfield don't want it. Xhaka needs a million touches. Partey is hit and miss. There is no movement. We don't press together as a team. If you don't press well, if you don't defend well, if you don't score goals, if you don't really keep clean sheets, where are you going to end up? You know, you're not going to do anything. And it doesn't surprise me. What have we got? 17, 18 Premier League goals. Any other manager gets sacked for these things. So again, for the club, make sure it's not in vain. That's all I would say. Make sure this Arteta thing isn't in vain, because he's going to genuinely make all these mistakes and then fuck off somewhere and increase his stature in football. That's genuinely what I think. But you lot need to, they need to decipher whether they want Arteta to be a good manager at Arsenal or a good manager in general, because it just feels like man just make mistakes for the sake of it here. No, it was dead. Like, again, I'm going to focus on this at 11:30, people. But let me just, where is it? You know, sorry, if I just show you this tactic thing really quickly, people. I'm going to focus on this at 11:30. Make sure you're on YouTube. But this is dead. You know, once the ball, Ramsdale's not in goal right now, but once it goes to one of these, man, again, let me put some midfielders. It's Meaty. You know, these midfield, you got Xhaka there, you got Partey there. Neither are playmakers. And yesterday, you know, I'm removing them. You saw this, you know, Ben White might have to carry the ball in midfield and overcompensate. But once they punch it in, there's nothing. You probably have Tomiyasu there. You know, you might have a Saka there, very narrow. There's no underlap, so they're going to read that. Lacazette was dropping deep. The one time you saw them involved is actually for the goal, people, where obviously, give or take, Partey's been involved as well. Lacazette's been involved. It's ended up with Tierney, and no one's picked up Martin Odegaard. Apart from that, it's very rigid, you know. Again, you know, where is it? Is it here? Yeah, more example of this. This looked like our average shape to me. You know, Odegaard's dropping on the halfway line. So is Laka. We're trying to do this Martinelli on the last shoulder thing, which is dead because they're reading it. Tierney left hand FC. You know, Tomiyasu, I can't begrudge you because the manager's telling you to do all of this. It's predictable. You can see how when they're playing 4-4-2 / a 4-4-1-1 or whatever they're doing, we can't break these things down. You know, we haven't got the personnel to break teams down, but we clearly don't work on this in training to the standard it needs to be. You know, there's individual moments. I think there's a lot of mental issues with this club, but a lot of them are there with the manager, and he's been backed, you know, and I've seen a bit of a reflection with the defensive ones. But this guy, well, you can't tell me he gets a striker and a winger and a number 8. These things would improve us and actually improve how we defend. But you can't tell me Arsenal we're not scoring goals. You can't confidently tell me it's an easy as Arsenal sign a striker, we're going to start scoring. We sign a creative man, we're going to start creating. You can't tell me that, because by that logic, when we were signing centre halves, that should have fixed it. Ben White, 50 million, no disrespect to him, he's been good, but he ain't fixed everything. Gabriel ain't fixed everything. Ramsdale ain't fixed everything. It needs more than just one man. Liverpool signed Van Dijk. Do you think Liverpool would do anything if they just thought, okay, we've signed Van Dijk, things are going to improve? If you remember the year he came in, you saw Klopp's style of football change. He kept what he knows for, the heavy metal, but he understood I need to improve my game management. He improved their game management and Liverpool defensively generally. Alisson and Van Dijk, obviously, they've taken that to a next level, but they've met them halfway. The mentality needs to change. These lot think they're better than they are. These lot don't want to earn the hard graphs. These lot are pampered. These lot are spoiled. These lot, things are given easy to them, and it kills me to say this, but this is what I'm seeing. You lot didn't want to earn it. I saw Everton badly want to get 3 points, and it's what we know. When man are in a bad bit of form, they fancy Arsenal. And I can't blame them. And people in general should fancy Arsenal as a 3-pointer, because you're telling them if you do the half basic things, you can get 3 points against us. That's a fact. You know, you're looking at what's going on this season. Lose the same way. We play the same way all the time, blood. Win, lose, or draw. It's the same way, bruv. It's the same old way. And it's there. It's just, that's what kills me. It's the same things, because insanity is doing the same thing again and again, expecting different results. Again, I'm no genius. I don't know football more than these. I'm just a humble man with an opinion. Fair play, though. I hear it. The thing is, I hear that, but big budget, I'm not being funny, but Arteta's had money to spend, you know. Arteta's had money to spend. So I don't think it's that. I just think we need it like Gasparini or something, like a manager that has principles, and that's what he's doing. Obviously, you need to change it. But Arteta, hey, coming into this, you ain't had no principles. Do you even know your footballing principles? You're still discovering yourself, and you're just learning in vain. The whole point is meant to be learning. He don't understand himself, so how can he implement an attacking way of playing? You know, you can coach defensively, 2 banks of 4, being compact, shape, all of that. I'm not discrediting it because it was needed. When it comes to attack, you need to be inventive. You come short, you go long. Sometimes you might be the guy who comes short, you go long this time. You need your players to have the confidence. And it looks like they're crippled. They have bad habits. They're quite not good enough. And it's summed up with Arteta, you know. The goal, the move that led to the goal, the one move Arsenal fans are waffling about at Anfield, you know, a couple of the moves against United. Why are you doing it once or twice a game? There's a lack of belief with these players, but again, that's not muscle memory with these guys. That's why we waffle about these over chances. There's a weird echo, DG. That must be a you thing still. Ben White is overthinking recently. He knows this is dead considering he came from a well-struck. I think being a bit harsh on Ben White. I think he's been all right in our last 3 games, really. But yeah, he's in a shit defensive setup and he's not going to fix things. You need principles and ideas, and you need to be a thief. There's no manager that's woke up and just done things, you know. Even Rinus Mikel's, you know, you know, Cruyff, Pep, all of them have stolen ideas, which they all say, from other people and made their own. I'm sorry, but you've been around Wenger, you've been around Pep, you've been, you know, you've been at La Masia, you've done all of these sort of things, and you don't know, and you don't have any principles, or if you do, I'm not able to see it as a fan. I'm sure if I was at London Coley week in, week out, I would change my mind. I would say, for yo, Arteta's actually doing this, but I'm not. You know, my job is only to do what I need to do, be a model citizen in society, you know, watch us on the weekend. That's it. And I don't see it. And I'm sorry, but we're sat here in December. And the wickedest thing is there's still a lot to play for. As much as I'm waffling and crying, you know, you can still have an okay season, but the players have got to want it. You lot are not consistent. And whenever there's a challenge, you lot bottle it. You bottle it. You flatter to deceive. This is it. It's tiresome, man. It's jarring, man. I don't know why our line is that deep. I don't know what we're going for our club. I don't know. Arteta, it's them things there. He needs to tell us. I don't know. I can watch the game 2, 3 times like I always do, but it's dead. It's dead. Not being funny. Say what you want about Aubameyang and declining. You've got Aubameyang who lives and breathes goals consistently. You've got a £52 million French international. You've signed someone for 72 million quid. Or you didn't, but we've got one. You've got an exciting Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Martin Odegaard. Again, of course, half of these players are not in form. They've all got question marks. But do you not sound like a spoiled child saying you can't create and you need other this and that? If Lautaro Martinez or Messi walked into this club, we're not going to score goals. You can't see a system where it says white and black and say, okay, better defenders. Like you, fair play, you kind of could last season. You could say a Ramsdale comes in, a better, you know, a Tomiyasu with this and that. You can't see that in an attacking sense. You know, same way when we've signed number 10s and we've said, all right, you're a 10, work your magic. We're going to sign a number 8 and say, work your magic. But there needs to be a coordinated team. Players thrive when there is a system in place. Partey is playing shit, but there is no system. You know, Xhaka was exposed yesterday, you know. Tavares made mistakes off his own back, but it highlights the mentality. You know, you've got people who started the game and weren't quite at it. People have come off the bench and been watching it and come on and done foolishness. You know, this tells you the mentality. As a player, whether you're starting or whatever, you've always got to be ready. Of course, I'm being harsh. Chances can be missed, but this is it, bro, skis and ladies out there. End of the day, we need AFCON. For me, Pepe, Aubameyang, Partey. Pepe, I'm being harsh. You ain't played no part. You, man, go after AFCON. Go and train for them. Like I said, I don't know if Gabon's calling you up, Aubameyang. Garner probably could do better than Partey. Pepe, I'm sure they need someone, you know, who can dance and that like you do on Snap. You lot might as well. El Nene, love to you. You ain't done nothing. Your 59 minutes, you know, your 59 minutes / your game against United. I can't ask you for anything, but you might as well go, man. You know. You lot might as well go. Because what you lot doing? Like, what are you lot doing? Really and truly, the senior players are running a mockery. Maybe they don't have the confidence in Arteta. Maybe there's too much pressure. It seems like Partey is having a confidence problem. You know, why is that? You know, he's been at Atletico where you need it. Why is that? End of the day, if he is having confidence issues, take man out. We ain't got time to hold. This ain't Kumbaya. This ain't Sunday League where Tommy's having a poor game. His mum can pull him off and say, don't worry, Tommy, there's next week. Fuck all of that. We're trying to get 3 points. Football is harsh. Life is harsh. These lot don't learn lessons. And every time you don't learn lessons, you're going to learn things the tougher and tougher way. And until these things change, this is where this football club is going to be at ultimately, people. Like, this is you, man. This is what you, man, are on. Anyways, man, enough about Arsenal. These men are not, well, we'll focus on it at 11:30, man. But it's dead. But I'm not giving strays to the AFCON teams. Big them up. I'm begging them, go and take Aubameyang. Take his passport as well. Don't let him come back. Like, Pepe ain't done nothing. Pepe as well. But you might as well keep them man there. I hope they lose their passports and stay in the country. I hope they're in good health. But, you know, you can't help us. You're not trying to help us this season. You know, they'll probably help us, bro. I'm here for it. You, man, go. Eddie and Ketia, you know, your phone, when it's crunch time, that phone don't work, bro. Some shit phone. Some shit BBM. You know them man there in school when they had the BBM, you know, they might ask a girl for what them things called, like the hairbands and the batteries being held. That's what Eddie and Ketia's phone is as well. It's dead. When it's crunch time, it's dead. The line that ain't doing numbers, man. You're making a bill a week. You need to get a legal job, man. Fuck out here with this, man. Bro, but the thing is, Partey is a limited. This is what annoys me about Arsenal, bro. With Gasman, and every club does it, you know. United did it with Pogba. I think he's going to solve everything, you know. We start gassing up players. I'm not talking the fans. I'm talking the fans, definitely, but the club. Partey is not this all-action combative midfielder that can pass the ball. Man's a very limited ball-winning box-to-box Donny. Keep him at that. Suddenly, if you keep him at that, you'll see more of a tune. Of course, there is an avenue players need to evolve. You look at Kante primarily under Conte and where he is now. But, you know, you're not going to buy a hanger and set a bath and think that's going to be your plug, is it? Use, man, for the things. Bro, of course, bro. Because, man, I'm even tired. I missed if you mentioned any watch-alongs for Champions League games, DG, doing any. Bros, 5:45 kickoff, 8 p.m. Obviously, I haven't started it. I haven't done it yet, but a couple of things will go up. I'll be here to do that today. I think City's playing at 5:45, so I think we'll fuck with them when we do that one. Don't know who's playing at 8, but you know, make sure you're there on YouTube. You're checking the community tabs. You're checking my socials because I will tell you lot when things are happening. So, love for asking that, Frankie. You know the thing. I'm gonna be there, and you know, can't lie. You get me? I don't even know if they're playing today still, but man might have to just change up the thing, people. You get me? Or wait for it. Big up to everyone who was at my watch along on Saturday. Oh man, shout out Antonio, blood. Like, man might just have to, you get me? You get me? Some way or another. I'm in Europe next year. I'm in Europe this year, but I'm in Europe next year as well. I don't know about them, man. Because I'm hella consistent when it comes to my shit. So I don't know about them, man. Time to watch some proper football, trust me. We're an overcoached team end of. Do you know what, bro? I hear you, but I disagree. I think we're undercoached. When I see things like yesterday, I think we're genuinely undercoached. Genuinely, because I hear you, bro. Wenger season or whatever your name is. Apologies. When we look so like predictable and coordinated, and it's just rigid and stale and that. I hear you, but at the same time, when I see the midfield that open. When I see a lack of coordination in the pressing, when I see no plan when we're playing out from the back, does this sound like overcoaching or undercoaching? Or is it a mixture of the two? Are we overcoached in the areas that we don't need it and we undercoached where in the areas we're dying for it? You sprinkle in inconsistent man management and just game management from these players and the manager shenanigans and the player shenanigans. It's a massive cocktail, you know. I'd rather back Ray and Neff straight than drink this cocktail because this one is brazy, people. It's very brazy. You know, I'm tired of the shenanigans. And these are the things I've been preying this. Bro, this is brazy stuff. I don't think anyone's deep in the severity of what we are seeing on the football pitch. Jesse March, I mean, probably the best man for Leipzig, but the wrong man at the time. I mean, fuck it, man. I'm on this big personality management thing, and it's not necessarily I just want a manager who's going to shake the table. I can't see no non-negotiables and them things there and all of that. I think you're overcoached in defense, and maybe it gets to the players psychologically. I hear you and I agree, but then even when I think about that G1, are we? Because the goals we can see, I don't think there's coaching. Man are not looking over shoulders. Man are not following runners. People are not tucking in. People are not clearing lines. People are not holding the right shape. People are not getting back in position fast enough. People are not making tactical fouls. Again, defending goes more than just our back line. So when I deep break it down even more, I can't really give man an answer. Loan? You're forgetting I was born in Paris, bro. Loan? Cheeky. Loan? Loan with the option to buy it, trust me. Cedric thing, when he just signed, he's gone on loan and he just finessed it at Arsenal for free. It's a that thing. 100%. I was up until 3, 4 a.m., you know. Do you know? And make sure, hey, people, make sure you're checking out. I cut up the watch along clip for you as well, where I reviewed the game, people. Make sure you're taking in that one as well. You know, because I done that. I was up until stupid o'clock. I don't know why BT weren't uploading it. I stayed up and watched it. Like, it took 2 hours to export for some reason. It took an hour and a half to upload. And I made sure I did it for you guys because you lot deserve it, you know. Again, when it comes to being consistent and them things there, I pride myself on doing that. It's hard. You can be consistent some of the time. It's very difficult to be consistent 9 times out of 10 all of the time. We don't want it. I'm tired of the fight. We've been here. Our Arsenal fans or Arsenal players themselves not tired of turning on for 5 games a season. I've said this. This is us. We'll have good runs of form. We'll go through these tough moments. We'll have 5 games where we're amazing, but in the grand and win battles. But in the grand scheme of things, nothing. And we're not even winning the battles. Last year, you beat United, you beat Spurs, you know, you beat Chelsea. They all done better than you in the grand scheme of things. That's what I call winning the battles and losing the wars. You're not even winning the battles. You know, you couldn't win the social media derby against United despite going a goal up. You couldn't add pressure to Rafa Benitez. In fact, he's probably, you know, you've probably saved his job there. Maybe Arteta sympathizes with him because he knows how it feels to be on a knife edge. Look at this time last year with Mikel Arteta. Then you lot find these answers, you lot tell me. Because it's jarring. Like, we're a brand. That's genuinely, I thought this for a while. We are a brand. Arsenal Football Club is a brand. It's not a club no more. It's a brand. It's a lifestyle thing. It's an influencer thing. It's a feel-good factor. And I get twanged by it as well. Because I'm not even going to cap. I'm seeing Arsenal coming out with concept kits and that. I'm copying it. This is it. This is what Arsenal has been. This is what we're going to be. There'll be a time when we can dream again, fans. There'll be a time when we can do serious things. But it's not today. It's not tomorrow. I can't lie. I just want us, at this moment in time, if we're not going to do this balling thing, you know, I come up off Arsene Wenger as an Arsenal fan. That's all for a large period I know. So I love beautiful football. But I'm sorry, I'm from North London. I'm from Edmonton. I like rattling. I like being a cunt, pardon my language. Might as well just spoil people's day then. Just become a glorified stoke, man. Let's just be tough to beat. Let's just foul, man. Let's just be a difficult team. Let's just ruin everyone's day. If we're not trying to do serious things, let's just do that. At least I can get behind it. Let's do the clamping man thing, the making us the Emirates a difficult place to be. At least man can buy into that. I know it's not a trophy thing. I ain't taking a break. I fucking love the club, and I love doing watch-alongs with you lot and obviously all them things there. Arteta's only signed 2 attackers, Odegaard and Willian, thus far. Just seen that mad stat. No wonder the attack is dead. 0 investment. And that's true. We do need it. But at the same time, yeah, again, all of these attacking players' form is dead. Yeah, it's all dead. It's all on the floor. But looking at it, regardless of that, is that an excuse for where we are? Sounds like DG wants Mourinho. Bro, if we're on a joke thing, you might as well, bro. At least he's on rattling, man. RIP Tito Venilova. He's poking man in the eyes. You know, he's rattling, he's running up and down the touchline. Yeah, at least you might as well jump on that thing. If you're not trying to do what I want, we might as well do that. Car, what are we trying to do? If you need a big personality, Ten Hag is the one. I don't know whether you know this, but he said players must be hungry for their chances and accept the rotation or else they can fuck off the club. Man is a Pep regen. Forever Spurs, I don't know for the Pep regen thing, but that's what I want to hear. But them things there, again, when it gets down to the practicality, is that going to think it? Arteta's had some worldies in terms of press conferences, non-negotiables, this and that, you know, all of these things. I need that. But at the same time, it's like Ralph Rangnick at United. If they don't buy into what he's saying, not just the players off the field, there's no point. We could bring in Pep Guardiola. We could have brought in Klopp at the time. We could have brought in Tuchel. And I'm even going back to when Wenger probably should have stepped aside and these guys were linked with us and it seemed like we could move for them. They probably would have failed. We wouldn't have seen Klopp's Liverpool at Arsenal or Pep's at City beyond the obvious because man are not wholeheartedly buying into what these guys are saying. They're only one man. One individual can't just turn the wheels in motion. Even Wenger and Fergie, who basically did that, they can't do it alone. It would be a joke thing, but I'm here for the Rattleman thing. Listen, we can get my manager from Wrongers. Shout out Toby and Reese. We can just do the rattle thing. Or shout out Takers, you know. I watch Takers videos, you know, the commentator who's always rattling, man. He would do a better job than what we're seeing, blood. Well, I'm sure I'm not. Listen, I have no doubt you're working hard. You want to win. You want to this, but what we're doing is dead. It's dead, man. It's tiresome. It's appalling. It's tired. There's no words, but like this is meant to be a general thing. We focused on Arsenal for about a minute or so, people. Like it's toilet, man. It's toilet. Like it's just toilet, bro. Like it's just shit. Like it's just. And that makes sense, people. It don't make sense. It's not making sense. It's baffling. All of them sort of things there. Away from all of that, though, people, to wrap this up as well, because I'm conscious of the time, let's talk about what's going on elsewhere in this world of football, people. And obviously, if you're a Spurs player or a Spurs fan, you know, it's not looking good at this moment in time, because obviously they've had a COVID outbreak, allegedly, people. If you give me a second, I can bring this thing up for you. 1 second, folks. I know I'm taking long still. And I even forgot about the Ben Godfrey VAR thing. I think he should have got a yellow. I don't think it was intentional. I could see how it'd be given, but again, you know, we really said what are we gonna say? Goals change game. You know, goals change games for sure. But we're gonna say if they get a man sent off, the game is different, which it could have been. But if we're relying on a team that in their last 11 games haven't won since September to be 10 men down to have a chance of winning, we're in the toilet, really and truly. And that's the thing that pisses me off about Arsenal as well. You know, I'm not saying we should not be aggrieved. We shouldn't be angry or any of these things, but we focus on these things. They're not you know, Tomiyasu should have got a pen against Maguire. You know, maybe Ben Godfrey probably should have been sent off, you know. But away from that, did we do enough to get 3 points? No. Simple as that. No. Once again, no. If you didn't hear me in the back, no. Anyways, man. End of the day, just gonna be back here on, you know, just gonna be waffling about Southampton. Just gonna be back here on Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff, saying the same old shit again. But anyways, people, Tottenham have had a COVID outbreak, unfortunately. Tottenham hit by COVID-19 outbreak with up to 6 players testing positive. First things first, we hope the playing staff and the players and the coaching and whatnot, they're all getting over this. You know, it's not nice. Tottenham have been hit by an outbreak of COVID-19 with up to 6 players and 2 members of coaching staff understood to have tested positive. Scrolling all the way down, we all know on Thursday it's a must-win somewhat for Spurs against Rennes to get out of the Conference League. They then travel to Brighton and then they've got Leicester before hosting Liverpool and then they've got West Ham in the Cat Yarabel Cup. Now, obviously, these lot have to isolate for 10 days. They will have their players back for some of these games, but it's a bit of a brazy one, people. Apparently, the match in the immediate term where Spurs and Rennes is not thought to be in doubt. According to UEFA guidelines, a team needs to have 13 available players or no registered goalkeeper available for that to be the case. So, yeah, man. Again, whether the Spurs or not, wishing everybody good health. In terms of the FA Cup draw, I believe Arsenal got Nottingham Forest. Steven Gerrard will be playing against Manchester United at Old Trafford. That's going to be a fantastic return. I remember, I'm sure, was it at Anfield or Man United at Old Trafford? I'm sure there was a time, it might have been under Brendan Rodgers. Gerrard come on and off the bench, and within like 30 seconds or a minute, he's got a red card. I don't know what got into him, but I want to see a bit of that. Apparently, the holders, Leicester, will face Watford. And apparently Chelsea have got Chesterfield. Nottingham Forest will take on Arsenal and Morecambe will go and play Spurs. And I remember when the Nottingham Forest a couple of years ago smacked us up. So it's a brookie. Shrewsbury Town have been drawn against Liverpool. In short, people, apologies. Boreham Wood / St Albans City against AFC Wimbledon, Yeovil Town against Bournemouth, Stoke Leyton Orient, Swansea Southampton, Chelsea Chesterfield, Liverpool Shrewsbury Town, Cardiff Preston, Coventry against Derby, Burnley Huddersfield, West Brom Brighton, Kidminster Harriers versus Reading, Leicester Watford, Mansfield Town Middlesbrough, Hartlepool Blackpool, Hull Everton, Bristol Fulham, Spurs Morecambe, Millwall Palace. Come on, Palace. Vieira, you know, black manager, Millwall. You got to win that away from home. Port Vale versus Brentford, Swindon Town against Man City, Wigan against Blackburn Rovers, the fallen Prem teams, Luton against Harrogate, You know, Birmingham City against Plymouth, Man United, Aston Villa, as I said, Wolves against Sheffield United, Newcastle, Cambridge, Barnsley / Ipswich against Barrow / Peterborough United versus Bristol. Okay. West Ham, Leeds, QPR, Rotherham, Charlton, Norwich, and obviously save the best till last. Don't know if we could say that, but Arsenal, Nottingham Forest. It's been a terrible week, man. You know, not even that. The under-23s got bopped against Everton. You know, Arsenal's under-23s lost 2-0, I believe, off the top of my head to Everton. Could be wrong, but they lost. Our first team lost. Unfortunately, Chelsea beat our women's team in the FA Cup. So, and obviously our under-18s got brushed aside against Chelsea 4-1 on Saturday. So it's been a bit peak, really and truly, man. It's been a bit peak. In terms of other news, what else have I got to speak about, people? Not that I want to speak about anything else. Apparently, I spoke about it already, but Massimo Ferrero, apparently Sampdoria president, steps down after arrest for alleged financial crimes. He was arrested by Italian police on Monday as part of investigations into events leading to 4 of his previous business ventures going bankrupt. The 70-year-old has stepped down immediately. Apparently, he's been slapped in the jailhouse. He's in jail in Milan. He was taken to jail, and apparently while on house arrest, and was ordered for house arrest was ordered for 5 other people, including his daughter and grandson. They're all involved in the racketeering thing. Mad thing. Chopo vibes. But Zlatan Ibrahimovic, I think he was quite harsh to Hakim Çalhanoğlu in his comments. But anyways, he said he's a little scared to stop playing and wants to stay at a club for life. Probably been, 40 years of age. How long have you been a baller? He said, I want to play as long as possible. As long as I have that adrenaline, I will continue to play. Let's put pressure on Milan here to give me an extension. I hope to stay at Milan for life. I still have objectives that I can achieve, and I hope to win another Scudetto. I don't know what will happen after football, so I'm a little too scared to stop. We'll see, but I want to continue playing so that I don't have any regrets. Fair play. Joey Barton has been found not guilty of assaulting Barnsley manager Daniel Stindl in the tunnel. You know, he's got previous, but it's not about your previous. It's about whatever you're doing. This happened when he was at Fleetwood Town in 2019. He's now in charge of Bristol Rovers. He was cleared at Sheffield Crown Court for pushing over my man in the tunnel, leaving him bloodied and having broken teeth. So no face, no case, no evidence. It's dropped out. We all know Mo Salah's spoken about his contract and whatnot. Apparently, Jurgen Klopp remains relaxed about the forwards negotiations. He said, what we all want is very clear, and that's to stay at the club, I'd assume. Speaking ahead of their Champions League game, he said, this is completely normal. There's nothing else to say. Mo speaks about it when he gets asked about it. I can only say a few things because the rest is not for the public. Mo is fine. I'm fine. What we all want is clear, and things like this take time. That's it. Fair play. They've got 5 games in 15 days. Liverpool rotation is going to be key. Pardon me. No, we don't need to talk anymore about Liverpool, about Arsenal. So with that, I think that's that, folks. Really, obviously we've got the Champions League as well. Let's see what's going on in the Champions League and who my team PSG has got. I'll be doing a watch along for it, people. Probably Leipzig versus Man City. In the Champions League, you've got Leipzig, Man City from 5:45. You've got PSG Club Brugge from 5:45. 8 p.m. kickoffs today. You've got, and again, it'll be keen to see which game you lot want. You've got Ajax Sporting, Porto Atletico, Real Madrid Inter, Milan Liverpool, Shakhtar Donetsk Sheriff, Dortmund Besiktas. That's today. Tomorrow, Zenit Chelsea, live from 5:45 on Twitch. Juventus Malmo, Benfica Dynamo Kiev, Atalanta Villarreal, Wolfsburg Lille, Salzburg Sevilla, Man United versus Young Boys, and probably the game of tomorrow, Bayern Munich against Barcelona. Barcelona are probably through, but they need to do a thing in that. So yeah, man. Here's what it is. Brazy. Let's make sure we've got the timestamps for this one as well. 18:15. Let's say Spurs COVID-19 outbreak. What else have we got? Champions League. General news. Let's call it that. General news thing. That's that. Obviously, people, as I said, I'm going to be live. Big up everyone who's waiting already. I'm going to be live at Thingy at 11:30, where I'm going to really I think this has served as a lot of therapy, but I've got some other extended things I want to say about Arsenal and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna watch Ajax versus Sporting. I ain't recovered from it, but I've accepted it. Barca are about to be violated tomorrow by Bayern, but today Leipzig City and Porto Atletico. I think I'm probably gonna do Milan Liverpool. Milan Liverpool and Leipzig City will probably be mine again. I'm gonna the thumbnails won't be there. I'm gonna quickly find some Google images, probably just rustle them up together, just so you know they're there. On YouTube, hit your like buttons on that, and then when I finish my next live stream, I'll pattern it up. Milan versus Liverpool is going to be the 8 p.m. one. I'll probably be live from like 7:30 or something like that. You know, that will all be on YouTube. So is what it is. And again, people, again, win, lose or draw, banter or not, I appreciate everyone who's here supporting the thing. Without you lot, there'd be no point making content. So you lot stay blessed, stay safe. I'm gonna go and speak about Arsenal and Everton on YouTube now. So yeah, on that, it is a European classic. You lot stay blessed, stay safe. Hope you all have a goal-driven week and you're all having a good start to the week. The beautiful thing about life, good or bad, life goes on, innit? Tomorrow's always a new day. Mikel Arteta, if your lid's listening, tomorrow is always a new day, but you need to start doing things today. On that note, people stay blessed, stay safe. DG, I'm out.
There's always just that active red light defenders.
I think it's like